Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
The Loud Ones Podcast.
I am your host, Nas B, and in front of me is always my beautiful co-host,
Dany B.
And today we have a very special guest. Do you want to introduce yourself, sir, or should I introduce you? So our special guest, his name is Chris, and Chris, any I guess extraness that I need to add to your introduction?
No, not at all, Chris. That's me.
Chris, you can't be in here acting like that. Come on, bro.
We won't.
You know
bite.
you got mad personality.
He's like, Chris. Anything else? Chris. Okay.
That's it, Chris.
Okay. We're gonna stick to
you
just
can look
Chris.
at the camera too. You know, we over here. You on the camera, baby.
In this week's episode, we're going to talk about a period of time in Chris's life, where he was incarcerated in Rikers Island, and we just wanted to get some insight from an inmate's perspective. On a previous episode, we did have Jerry J on. He was a retired CO at Rikers. So we just wanted to get, more information on the flip side and learn more about Chris's experience and kind of how he came up out of that and talk about a lot of positive things he has going on in his life.
Right. So I'm just gonna start. Chris is my best friend. He's been my best friend for more than 10 years.
Okay.
And when he first went into the system, it was a really imperative time in our lives. We were both he was 17 and I was 17 and I was 19. I never forget the day I got that call because I was just screaming at him the day before, yo, if you don't get your shit together, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. And then my friend called me the next day he got locked up. I'm like, what?
So, Dany, I want to take a few steps back just so we can get to know who Chris is.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just start off there because he was somebody before he had
was
that experience.
definitely, oh my
God.
So, please,
Chris,
tell him who you are.
Tell us about, kind of who you were before you went into Rikers and kind of what was the turning point and how did you get there?
Well,
yeah, talking to Mike.
Yeah, for starters, I'm from Brooklyn, of course. Basically, I grew up in church, had a lot of great and good influences around me. Played football, played sports all my life. It was nice. It was good. Not to toot my own horn, but long story short, one thing led to another. I started hanging out with some other people, and curiosity got the cat. Started hanging out more, frequenting different neighborhoods, doing things I had no business doing, things I knew better. One thing led to another. I caught a case, and I was 17. It was January 2012. I had just turned 17 that November. Was supposed to be in school, supposed to be in high school. I was probably supposed to be my junior. That was my senior year. I was supposed to graduate that summer, high school. Daniela was already in her freshman year, sophomore year in college, and like she said, probably a week prior, a couple days before I actually caught the case.
Yeah.
She called me. She was screaming on me, "Yo, bro, get your shit together. Get your stuff together.
You can curse.
You can curse.
Just get your life together. You doing too much. You know what I'm saying?" And then I caught the case.
So, Chris, let me ask you this: when you started hanging out with the wrong group of people, was there anything that you were looking for, or was it just I know you said curiosity, but was it how did you get attracted to those group of people? How did you meet them? And
those friends was always around me.
Yeah.
But, I'm at the age now where I could say it was more so I was being a follower.
Okay.
Because I knew right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? Came from a decent home, single mother, shout out to her. Had, youth pastors in my life. I had the right things, but my brothers, older cats around me and it just led to me just saying, let me see what this is about. And
so walk me through the day you got arrested and what was going through your mind, because I could only imagine what would be like, oh my God, and you're such a young man. So how was you feeling that? What was going through your mind, and what was your day like that day?
It was January 27th. Detectives that came to my house the night, 2 days prior, was looking for me. Well, they was looking for me. My mother told me, put me on, whatever the case may be. I was supposed to go to the night I got arrested. I was on my way to the Bronx. I knew I was hot. I was trying to get out the way. I was low. I was back and forth. I was already partially on the run. So Went home, tried to grab some clothes. My cousin from the Bronx, he told me he was like 10 minutes away. Pulled up, was talking to my mom's X, Y, and Z. The minute I left, the minute I walked and got into the car, they came.
So he was watching you?
Yeah, they was watching me because I spun a block 2 times, was in a cab, spun a block 2 times. I was paranoid. I ain't see nothing out of place. Everything looked, the same. They was watching me, like you said, because my cousin pulled up. As soon as I got in the car, they came, ran down, blocked me in, guns drawn. We looking for such and such. Mom's in the car. Moms came outside. Whole block came outside. It was like...
He was 17, y'all.
Wow.
Shit was
why
crazy.
Why did have guns drawn? Like?
That's why I said he was 17. Wow. Guns drawn.
Yeah.
So what was going through your head in that moment? You was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Stomach in my eyes. I don't know what the fuck going on. I know what's going on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, like that reality hit, like the harsh reality of running the streets. You go to jail. So, and it came quick. My run was short in the streets. I'm only just turned 17.
Yeah.
I'm saying so.
What was your mom's reaction? Because I can't only imagine walking outside and seeing your son caught in a haywire in between, like, blocked off streets and guns drawn. And because I would only think a mother's reaction will just hit you like, holy shit, like,
Right.
I mean,
was she hysterical, or was she already had heads up? So
nah, my mom's a strong lady, so
super strong.
That's
so when it took place, her whole thing was what's going on, like what she, you know what I'm saying, what's this about? And they told her, like, basically, like, you could jump in the car and follow us. More so we need to highlight him. You know what I'm saying? And she followed. She came through. And I'll never forget, she told me, she was like, yo, you about to go on a vacation, not the one you want. Because she knew the severity and the seriousness of the situation before I knew.
Yes.
So,
So, from that point on, and then, I guess, obviously, you had to get sent to Rikers and being processed and things like that. What you entering that jail 17, what did you tell yourself? Like, did you I gotta straighten up, what did you tell yourself before you walked in?
I gotta tighten up. You hear the stories about Rikers. A couple of my friends, was in and out, back and forth, but experience is it's different. It's nothing like it. Yeah. So I just told myself, tighten up, buckle up. It's so funny. I'm thinking Rikers Island is, an hour away, 45 minutes, 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. No, it's 10 minutes away. Rikers, from Brooklyn Supreme Court, I got the Rikers. That harsh reality came in like 20 minutes. I was getting...
where is Rikers?
Rikers is an island of its own.
No, I know, but
it's
I
in
feel
Queens.
Like...
It's in Queens.
Some say the Bronx.
Like, how do you get there? What highway takes it?
First of all, you can't take a highway there. You have to take a bus. You have to take a bus or you have to drive to a parking lot where you leave your car. And then you have to take a bus across the bridge. So you have to take a bus there regardless.
So is it a regular bus or?
It's like a city bus.
Yeah, it's a bus. Once you get to a certain point, it's a bus that is specifically to get to Rikers Island.
So do you have to sign anything to get on there? Or?
No, you have to pay. You got to pay with a MetroCard just like everybody else.
So
yeah.
So your first day, do you remember that? Because how was that for you? What happened? And
did you cry?
What was your first night like? And
my first day, the processing, I never forget. I got locked up in like some gray cargos. I had some, I think I had some Air Max 95s on, and I had a polo hoodie. And long story short, I was in the gate, and some other cat that been locked up for a minute. I guess he already knew the ropes in the so he was like, "Yo, what you want from them sneakers?" And that's the shit you hear in a movie, like.
Oh my God.
So he like, "Yo, what you want from them sneakers?" And it just so happened my co-defendant, he was already savvy. And he already knew, what I'm saying, what was going on. He like, "Nah, bro, good, you heard?" Like, so it just was like, "Oh shit, like this shit is serious." And then went to processing. Got my shots, clinic and all that. Then we went to Mall 1. From Mall 1, you there? It's game time. This ain't nothing.
So did you? I guess not the proper term, but I've heard this. Like people size you up. Like when you walk in, everybody's looking like, "Who's this cat?" Everybody's, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's.
But you had your co-defendant with you, so
he bailed out. So he bailed out maybe we maybe had 319. He bailed out. Bro made bail. So it was now I'm really like,
by yourself.
oh shit, like, and it was, you know, I mean, God was with me the whole way, cause it's no way, like, I never knew, I didn't experience nothing, and I adapted, and I just.
So what was the first person you encountered there, and was it a positive experience? How did you build relationships with people?
Yeah.
The first dude I encountered was a Spanish kid named Noah. I'll never forget. He had on a navy blue polo t-shirt, and it said polo on white to go on the cross. I was trying to use the bathroom. Long story short, we got into something. He backed the razor out. Some kid from Harlem named Johnny. He did juvenile time with the nigga Manoa. So he was like, yo, nah, and I don't know this nigga Johnny from a hole in the wall. Like,
yeah.
But he been doing this jail shit, did juvenile. After getting to knowing Johnny, he was back on a whole new case. He been doing Rikers Island. So long story short, Johnny was like, yo, nah, chill, you wild, that shit ain't about nothing. I guess he seen, this nigga brand new, whatever the case may be. Cause I'm about to go in the bathroom with the nigga, like, yo, what's up? Like, I'm ready to earn my stripes, prove my points, whatever the case may be, not knowing. This nigga got a razor, he ready to, you know what I'm saying? So,
oh my God.
So that was that, and Johnny was the first nigga. He taught me how to make a meal, soups. Like he gave me the ropes on, you know what I'm saying, how to jail. That's what we call it, how to jail.
So the part of Rikers you were in, what was the age group of men in there?
That was from 16 to 18. That was adolescent RDC, C7.
So Johnny was so he was within that age.
Yeah, Johnny was 18.
Oh, but he's been
juvenile. It's all the same. So like I said, if I'm not mistaken, he might have went up north already on like a 1 and 3 or something. But
damn,
he was already savvy to this.
So he embraced you.
Yeah, facts.
And so
facts.
Was that hard building a level of trust with him? Because I can't imagine, like, I wouldn't trust anybody in that situation. Yeah. But like,
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real when I answer these questions. At 17, I don't know how to judge. So yeah, I'm gonna trust him. Like and. You know, as I learned how to jail and went through my own experience and went through my own shit, like, I look back on shit like, damn, like, son got over on me. It might have been a soup or something, but, you know, I just look at shit from a different aspect now. But yeah, I trusted him. Me and him ended up falling. Now I ended up wanting to fight the nigga, but at that moment in time, he was like, oh, all right, son for me. You know what I'm saying? He with me.
So how long did you spend on Rikers?
I spent 2.5 years on Rikers.
And was it because you didn't make bail, or was it just your sentence?
It was because it was a whole lot of things, but it was more so because, like, the judge was just, you know, pushing my shit back, kept pushing it back, and then I had like 12 co-defendants.
Oh wow!
So it was a lot of other people doing other things, copping out, doing this, doing that. So it dragged in.
Because I know one issue that Rikers has is that they don't have as many judges as they're supposed to have, and so sometimes a lot of people don't get to meet the judge or things like that, and then they end up sitting there.
There would be times,
and it's like you expect you to have a court date, and then
you don't,
and then you don't.
There've been times
then
like
you got to keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they do that.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's just
they don't even push it back like a week or anything. They'll push it back months.
Are you serious?
Yes, like there'll be times like I will call Chris and we would be talking on the phone and stuff, and I would be like, yo, bro, like, what's going on with your court date? When's the next court date? And he like, they push my shit back. How long? We in fucking December. What?
Wow.
Yeah, and he was in Rikers for that long of a time because of the court dates, the people, and
because that's what I heard was
not to cut you off, but when you have like a serious case, they tend to just take their time. Like, I don't know nobody that was fighting like a case and conspiracy or murder or a serious robbery, anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody that sat up unless they bailed out. And a lot of those cases don't even get bail. But I don't know nobody who didn't sit up for at least a year and a half, 2 years.
So, did you have a public defender, or you had your?
Nah, I actually had a paid attorney, but like I said, it was. I had a paid attorney to a certain extent. I mean, not to a certain extent. At a certain point in time, I had a paid attorney. At first, for like maybe the first year, I just had a public defender.
Yeah.
So,
because I would think that maybe they would help be an advocate for you to make sure that you get seen. And sometimes, often, they are familiar with the judge or know the judge and could help push your case along. So, so that was your first day. I know jail changes people. Was there a pivotal time during those 2.5 years where you're like, I'm changed? Like, you're just noticing you adapted and you're completely different. You're not the man you walked in as. Like, what was that moment for you? Because I've seen inmates who go in, they're 17, they're young, they're 16, 17, they're calm. Yeah. They're calm, you know, they have subtle ways, and then now they're aggressive, they're on guard, they're angry, they're waking up, they don't trust nobody, they're paranoid. And like, when did that moment, because that's a lot of change for a young man to go through.
I can't really think of when I actually.
When did you start like?
I noticed I changed when I came home.
Okay.
More so because in that environment, you don't think about, oh, I changed. Like, you're not thinking of, like, I mean, you thinking about it, but everyone is the same. Like, everyone has that chip on their shoulder. Everybody, you know, it's just. You gotta be like that in that environment more so. Like, I mean, you can't let your guard down. You can't be. You could, but it's just naturally you take on that. You take on that dog eat dog mentality. Yeah. Like, either you're a lion or you're a sheep. Like, that's the mentality you take on. And I guess when I came home, and certain people that know me, like, watching me grow up, like, they've told me, like, yo, like, I've always been aggressive on how I speak, or maybe always had a small mouth, or always was hot tempered. But now it's like they see it now, like, oh, yo, it's a bit, you know, it's times 10 sometimes, like it's times 20, and it's because the environment I just like certain people, like friends, family I deal with, I catch myself sometimes like having to just be like, yo, let me step away, let me walk, because I know I'm extra, like I feel it, you know what I'm saying, and it's not even necessary. That person might be being a 10, but my 10 is different from theirs, so sometimes I just gotta catch myself and be
so,
like, yo, let me.
Danny, what did you notice that changed in Chris?
Well,
since y'all are best
friends, we kind of went through the bit together, so it wasn't anything that I noticed, but there were things that I had to tell him to change when he got home, because I said, you're no longer in that mind state. Like,
you gotta speak up, Danny.
Oh, sorry. You're no longer in that mind state. There is no reason why you should be still doing those kind of things, especially, like, you know, if you feel like you angry about something, like, talk about it. You don't gotta be yelling. You don't gotta be getting tight. We don't gotta be disrespectful to each other, because we're both angry. Yeah. But at the same time, I also, you know, we had conversations before he got home. Like, make sure you get your shit together. Don't come home and be doing the same bullshit, because we can't do that. Yeah. We are evolved people. We're of a different age. Like, you're 24, about to be 25 now. Like, we can't be doing that. We can't be in the streets yelling and hooting and hollering, getting too crazy. Like, that's just not our life anymore. I was never doing that. I'm not saying that. No. Shut up. But you know what I mean. But, like, that's something that we always do with each other. We pour into each other. Even though, like, you know, he went away for however many how long he went away for. Like, he was always a smart dude. Like, he was never, like, no dummy. Like, he knew what was right. He knew what was wrong. So when he went away, he knew he was like, yo, I fucked up. Yeah. Like, he admitted it. He said, yo, I know I fucked up. Don't be tight at me. I fucked up. Yeah. But he was willing to take that. He was at 17. He was willing to take that on and be like,
very man of him.
Let me be mature about it.
Yeah. So, Chris, besides Danny, did you have a good foundation at home, a good support system? Or I know sometimes jail, you'll notice your real friends, your real family members. How was your experience?
I had a great, you know. I had a good foundation, good support system.
Did you lose any friends in the process?
Or
any people that you expected to check on you, or maybe send money over to you, or anything like that?
I mean, at first, you expect for your friends, your mans, your dogs, the bros, and all of them. Yeah. You know, even some of the girls, but you learn with them. I learned with them probably maybe the first year and a half. Like, I don't count on that. Like, if it wasn't my mother or certain friends or my girlfriend, it wasn't like my girlfriend and my mother was like, that was.
I'm not even gonna lie, like, they're really good like support system.
And that this whole situation was brand new to them. Like my moms ain't never dealt with this before. My girl, she's in Yukon trying to getting her degree in accounting while she's, you know what I'm saying, taking care of me, making sure I'm as good as I could be, and then making visits and all that. So it's like,
wow.
I was blessed. I was for sure blessed. And then even just like my friends, like I don't want to get in the name drop because then I might forget. But I had 5 friends. This is for sure. I had 5 friends. You know, Kawan, Olin, Daniela, Dwayne, like a couple. You know what I'm saying? School, but like I got like I said, I should never gotten the name dropper. But I had a great foundation, great support. You know what I'm saying? And it helped because I helped other niggas because some of the bros dogs was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, we 18, 19, niggas ain't got no drawers, no socks, no nothing, no food. You know what I'm saying? So you develop brotherhood, you make bonds with niggas because it's like y'all in the struggle together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So, like you mentioned just now, so there was I'm pretty sure there was other inmates who probably didn't have the foundation support system that you have, probably didn't have anyone come visit and calls. Did you ever reach out to anyone or kind of comfort? Because I mean, like I've seen people go through that and comfort, because that's tough doing a bid by yourself. Like, did you?
What did basically, like, what was there, like, were there people that you basically like winged, like, come on, you under my wing, I'm gonna help you get through this bid together?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I wouldn't even call it so. I mean, wing, but at the same time, like, yeah, of course, like, yeah, for sure. Like, it's been a couple, you know what I'm saying, niggas my age, even niggas older than you, son. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, the maturity and how you move, but especially niggas under you, like, younger than you, like, you feel for them, like, yo, this slow nigga 16, he up in the mountains with you know what I'm saying, with 8 years to do. He ain't got nobody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course, like, you look out for niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? You make sure niggas are straight.
What was the most, who do you know someone that stood out the most to you that, like, you really, like, helped get through something traumatic or hard?
Just now when I left my last jail, I just spoke to them the other day. Or matter of fact, more so, my son Diddy, like, that's my brother, like, that's, you know what I'm saying? And for sure, like, and we was doing this from, I met Diddy, I was 17, and we clicked. Still to this day, like, that's my man.
So
like,
y'all remain friends outside?
Yeah, like,
that's what's up.
Like, that's
great.
That's my boy. Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying, that's my man.
So, did you have any encounters that was, like, fucked up with COs? Because these COs are on some other shit sometimes. I know some COs. So.
Yeah, yes, and no, but for sure, police they abuse their authority. You know what I'm saying? They definitely do. I've gotten in I got into a situation just now when I went to OBCC in 2018 in like November.
Yeah.
Were you there to do time too?
Nah, I caught a parole violation.
Okay.
So
right before his birthday.
Right, like, before my birthday.
They fucking like, it was like,
it was entrapment.
Like, let me tell you, it was like November 1. His birthday November 4th. They picked him up like what, the 3rd or
the 31st. November 1st they grabbed me.
Wait, what was the violation? What, did you come home late or something?
Please tell them what the violation was.
All right, so the violation was basically, so I got stipulations. Like, I'm a gang member. I was a gang member when I got incarcerated. Yeah. So they feel like social media is a heavy influence now on the gang culture because you know, through music, through videos, and all this other stuff. So I had access basically to. I wasn't supposed to have social media for a year because I'm on gang parole along with. So basically, when they came through, they saw that I had access and they locked me up.
For you having a social media account?
Not even. I had a laptop.
It wasn't even in his room.
Wait, so that wasn't your laptop?
No.
But okay, but just for having the laptop? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
And you
but
not
that's
even.
Why I can't. But that's why I ended up coming home so quick. And it goes into just
So are you still on?
Nah, that was just for the first year. Now I'm good.
You're a free man.
Nah, I'm still on parole, but
Okay.
now I can move around with social. Like now I can have an Instagram account. Now I can have a Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Because I showed that I'm no longer trying to influence people to be gang members or I'm still a gang member.
So how long do you have? How long are you on parole for?
Till 2022.
Okay. So I guess back to the CO situation, because we mentioned before, we had a CO that worked on Rikers, and he did work with the younger group of men. And his experience sounds a little different from some of the experiences that was shared with me from other COs.
Right.
And I know they have a very tight-knit brotherhood where they cover for each other. And I've seen videos, and I think we all have been exposed to the videos of the fights they incite in Rikers and the craziness and things like that. And sometimes even like I'm gonna forget his name, and I don't want to forget his name. Jay-Z did a documentary.
Khalif Browder.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking like of his first name, and what happened with him. Like, have you witnessed that? Because now a lot of times, what they do when incidents like that happen, they retrain the COs, but I don't see that having any impact. And I'm concerned about, especially with the youth like that in the group that you were in, if that was what they're being exposed to, because these are young men.
They're young.
So, like you just said, we young men. We 16, 17, 18 years old. Regardless of the crime we committed, you're
humans first.
We young. Of course, we humans, but we somebody's child. Like, we might be, so, and you got these grown men, and I've seen them, you know what I'm saying, abuse their authority. Niggas is handcuffed behind their back, flexi tied, and I'm flexi tied in intake for 2 days at a time, a day and a half at a time. I got there at 8 o'clock. I'm COs is walking by. I'm flexi cuffed, like plastic handcuffed behind my back
for 2 days.
For a day and a half, for like 16 hours, yelling, screaming for police. CO, come get what the wilding, turning up because. All right, I got into a fight. Nigga may have got cut, but we ain't cut none of y'all. Yeah. So it's like, we ain't do nothing to y'all. It's just so.
But why have you cuffed if you're already in the fucking jail?
Because now they got to do paperwork. Now we making them do their job more than they need to. Now they got to do paperwork. Now they got to stitch this nigga up, figure out who cut who, why they cut who. This is down the third.
Is that protocol? Because I can't. That must hurt. Like
16 hours in the cuff.
I mean,
ridiculous.
And that's I don't watch like. Niggas get starved, like be in a box, just cause the nigga might have. I mean, don't get me wrong, like you got niggas that do dumb stuff, like stupid shit, cause like we said, we speaking from a human being standpoint. I don't give a fuck what my job is. You throw shit on me, we got beef, like. I don't. It made it not. Like, you threw shit on me, homie. Like it's so I understand stuff like that, and also, but it's like I've watched them starve niggas cause. A nigga might have he wanted an extra chicken or something, so he did something to somebody else, and it's just trickle effects, and now he can't get fed for 2-3 days, stuff like that. Or your package will come in the mail, police will hold your package because you got into a fight in another dorm, or they'll give you a pinout, so now you can't get on the phone. Like, it's so many ways that they could bother you. Like, if they could give me your pen, so they giving me your pen, so I could use your phone call. So now when you go to use the phone, you can't use it.
Holy shit.
And I'm in a whole nother housing area, so there's nobody even on the housing area that got your pen. You don't even know. And I'm sitting there waiting for every 3 hours for your shit to come back, and I'm using it.
So how much time did you get for the phone calls?
You got 15 minutes and you got a 6, so 21 minutes altogether.
Yeah.
Wow. Was there any time that you couldn't reach him because he or
there was a time that there was a gap. I think maybe like 3 months I hadn't spoken to him, and I sent him a letter, and I was like, that was the only time I ever wrote Chris. I tell my friends all the time, I'm not a writer. Like, if you call me, I'll put my phone on. Like, I'll come visit you, but I'm not a writer. And the one time I was like, yo, what the fuck? It's been 3 months. Like, okay, 2 weeks, all right, a month, but 3 months I ain't speak to this nigga. And I was like, nah. And I wrote him, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up? Like, where are you at? What's going on? Like,
you had a Moesha moment.
Yes. And he called me and he was like, yo, like, I've been having a hard ass time. Like, we were just talking. He like, yo, I didn't get no letters. I didn't get no papers. I didn't get no
Do
nothing.
they withhold your letters?
They would do. They all withhold. I remember one time I went to go see Chris. This is when he first got into Rikers. Me and our other best friend, Dwayne, we went to go see Chris. And he was locked in the box or whatever. And we sitting there.
You gotta stop doing that.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
We was locked in. Let me take this off the table. We were in the. We were waiting there for 4 hours. They never. He called me maybe that afternoon and was like, I thought you was coming to visit me. We like, we came to see you. What the fuck? We was waiting there for 4 hours. He's like, yo, they never told me that y'all came.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Never told me.
And it was in the blistering hot summer. So when you're in that waiting room in Rikers Island,
no air.
No air. One big ass fan blowing in the whole room. They fucking strip you of your dignity. And I understand, like, that one little bobby pin or that one.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
Yeah, that one little thing could injure somebody. But
wow,
I was so innocent. Like, Chris could tell you, like, I'm not like a crazy ass person. Like, I was so innocent. So that shit right there at 19 stripped me of all my innocence.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's crazy.
It was weird. Like, there was times like you get nervous because you don't know when your friend is coming home. Like, you don't know. Like, you just get that revolving door. Like, what? How long you gonna be in here?
I don't know. Did you expect to sit up that long?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I knew I was gonna do some time.
But wow. So, did you mark your days or?
I did that one time. I was in the box. I did that one time, and I had I was getting ready. I was looking at 10 years. So I did it on the wall with a pencil.
Wow.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm like 27, 28. I'm like, all right.
You take it one day at a time.
Yeah, that's it.
So how long was you in the box? Like, what's the longest you've been there?
You took the question right out my
The longest I ever did in a box, 6 months.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yo, you're smiling. Yo, are you kidding me?
Yo, I don't know how he did it. Some days I be thinking to myself, like...
So you have, like, a little window, and they let you out 1 hour a day?
You go to rec for an hour, and the only other time you come out is if you're going in the shower, which is once a day, or if you going to the clinic or visit or something like that. Besides that, you ain't inside.
So why was you in there for 6 months?
Just getting into stuff, fighting, just jailing. It's jailing. Like
I know some people purposely do stuff to put them in a box if they don't want to be amongst like GP.
Nah, it's a part of jailing. Like, I mean, you're gonna get into things like.
But that doesn't sound like it's allowed, because I think they were supposed to stop that because.
Nah, now you only to go to box for 30 days because.
Yeah, I was about to say they supposed to stop that.
It was rest in peace Slugs. He had 18 months in the box when I went.
18
and he was already in there for like 4
months?
months. Like, I done met like I'm pulling up with 6 months. Niggas is pulling up with 8 months. Like, yo, bro, I got 8 months. Yo, bro, I'm about to do 30 days, but other niggas will pull up. Yo, I got 10 months over my head. Like, shit.
How
like
do you
that.
get through that?
Did you go crazy? I know that's like, I don't want to say it like that, but I would only think.
Nah, it's magazines. Like I said, like
they give you
this is in support systems. So it's like magazines, because I'm allowed to get magazines, newspapers, coloring books, writing books, whatever, any type of magazines. Like I could get.
So you get any periodicals? So that's
good. So I could get a book on how to build cars or how to build computers. So I can use the time useful, but you gotta have that support system.
So one person had told me that when he was in the box, he wasn't allowed phone calls. Were you allowed phone calls?
Yeah, you get one phone call a day. You get a 6 minute, but
6 minutes.
Yeah, you get 6 minutes.
So what the fuck is that? A high and by?
You get a little conversation.
Hey, how you doing? Did you eat like?
We just get a little. I miss you. How you doing?
That's it.
And they monitor your calls.
And you got to think that's only one call.
You got one story. You got one story, and
you better speak fast.
So see, and then you got to choose who you gonna call. Am I gonna call my mother? Am I gonna call my girlfriend?
But if they don't answer, can you call somebody else?
And that's the thing about the 6 minute. No.
Are you fucking kidding?
You could lose your 6 like.
So now that makes sense because I be watching like this
Yeah.
show Love After Lockup,
Mhm.
and they be getting mad when their spouse or somebody don't answer the phone, and I'm like, why don't you just fucking call them back?
Yes.
But okay, so you
Yeah.
can't even.
But that's
You
only
can.
that's only on the 6 minute, and it's fucked up that that's the only phone call they give you in the
That's
box.
fucked up
Yeah.
because they know you rely on that
On
type.
that one phone call.
Yeah.
I used to be like hand and feet on my phone, like Chris calling. All right, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Hold on, give me a
Oh
second.
my god.
'Cause you don't know. You don't
So
know.
we talked a lot about this experience, so I just want to kind of fast forward. I don't know, Dany, if you do have any more questions. I just want to fast forward to you getting out in your last few days, and I would only think like the amount of excitement and joy and plans that you already have. Like, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna do this, or what was your first thing? What was your first meal that you wanted to eat, and how you felt about that?
My last few days was,
You smiling,
smiling,
cheesing.
Excited. He was so
Excited.
happy.
nervous.
He was calling me like the month before. We was mad. So like, yo, you coming home?
Yeah.
I know
We was
Danny's so excited.
We were so happy. Like I just kept saying it. We just kept talking about it. We was mad happy.
Yeah.
We just kept counting down the days.
Oh my god,
So
you was just walking around like extra happy.
nah, I went to a whole different jail. Long story short, when you get released, they send you to a jail that's closer to the city. So I came to the city Monday. I was
The one in Queensbridge? I know they
not
shut
in
it.
Queensboro.
Okay.
I went to Ulster.
Okay.
It's a reception jail. It's right there outside of the city, like Newburgh area,
Mm-hmm.
Catskills area. So, went there Monday, came home that Thursday. I'll never forget, it was like maybe 10, 11 o'clock. I'm calling my right-hand man.
Wait, hold on, Chris. Before you get in that, do people test you right before you get out? Because I've seen that too. People test you so that you can stay longer and don't get out.
So it's funny. It's funny that you said I didn't. Long story short, that Sunday, Andrew, I told you I left that Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night I'm in the gym or the jail that I'm in. Like this the spot that I'm in. My mans, friends, homies done gave all my stuff away. Some kid that night pulled up. We in the gym. This was like my going home ceremony basically.
Yeah.
Some kid really like tried to like
Fight
get
you?
really get at me like.
Oh my God.
And he didn't even know I was going home. I don't think so, but
Somebody probably put him up to it.
that's neither here. Yeah, I don't know, but like my group of friends
Yeah.
prevented that, and it was so funny because for like maybe a half a second, I was getting ready to like, yo, and then I'm like,
Dany would have fucking cursed you out.
I would have murdered him.
I'd
Oh
have
my
cursed
God.
myself out. Like it would have just been like,
Because
yo,
if that would have happened, you wouldn't have.
I
gone
felt
home.
the touch. Like that's like like you just said. Like I felt the touch.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
let somebody disrupt me that much when it was something so much bigger
And
on
that's
the line.
so
And
fucked up because I would think that if all of us are
going through this together.
are going through this together, I want my brother or my sister, whoever, to win. Like I want you to be out. I'm happy for you. I'm gonna see you on the other side.
You forgot that we are
So,
still
but then you
humans.
know what? When you were, but then obviously I haven't shared your same experience, and maybe people who come from tougher backgrounds, they probably are bitter and not happy, and they don't want you to see you win. You know what I mean?
There are
And
way
that's
more-
fucking crazy.
There are way more unhappy people in this world than there are happy people.
And that sucks.
So they're always going to try to rip that joy from you. And I'm so glad that between Chris's support system, we were able to, let him know, like, there's something bigger. So even though you got angry for that 1 second, you were able to pull yourself back and be like, like, this ain't it. Like, I got so much more.
I know I asked you a question about what's your you going home and how that felt, but now I have another question. So we're still gonna get to that question. What was the I'm sorry, we're gonna eat, Dany. What was the toughest day you had? The toughest day you had.
The toughest day I had.
Yeah.
One of the toughest days I had probably would be when I lost my godmother.
Oh my God.
And
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that bothered me. I lost my godmother and I lost my a good dear friend of mine. Like that was my boy. That was one of my best friends at the time. I lost him also. But when I lost my godmother, that kind of bothered me. You know what I'm saying? It bothered me because she was always in my ear. Like when you come home. And she always been like my number one supporter no matter what I did. You know what I'm saying? She was just always there for me. You know what I'm saying? So that took a toll on me. That bothered me for few months, like I was miserable, like not miserable to the point where I was just, I just was down, like damn, like my.
And they wouldn't let you go to her funeral or anything.
Nah, that's my godmother. That's not blood.
Oh,
blood
no.
probably the only thing that'll make us related, but you gotta be your grandmother, your mother, your father, your brother, your somebody that they could prove is your first of kin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So that was your toughest day. Was there any COs that looked out for you? Did you have any positive experience with any?
I've met a couple good older COs, a couple good black brothers, you know what I'm saying? And their message was always positive, you know what I'm saying? It was always just like, it was always on the lines of, I could be in your shoes, you know what I'm saying? It's life after this. Don't let this set you back. It always was something like that, words of encouragement. And of course, I met the dickheads, the assholes, corny niggas, sucker.
Was it typically the younger ones? Because there's a lot of young COs now. And it frustrates me because they're policing honestly, the same people.
It honestly varies. Because you got some COs that just there, you know what I'm saying, to get their check, do their 8 hours and skate. They ain't really there for the extra shit. But then you got other COs that come there and this is more than a job to them, you know what I'm saying? This is they come here to get their rocks off. We they wreck. Mm-hmm. So they come doing stupid shit. Balls. They want to get us worked up. You know what I'm saying? They want us to get us worked up, riled up, so somebody could do some stupid shit. They could shut the block down, pardon me. They could shut the block down.
Yeah.
And then now they don't got to do nothing. Now we locked in ourselves for the rest of the day.
Oh, my God.
So you got COs that come in and play like that, too.
Was there anything that you accomplished while being behind bars?
I got my GED. I received a bunch of certificates.
Congrats
one for
on that. That's awesome.
Stuff like that, but
yeah. That's great.
So let's go back to you being released because that is such a positive moment.
Yeah.
So now you move to a different center, and then you're counting down your last 2-3 days.
Yeah.
So what was those last 2-3 days? Was you just like, all right, bye, I don't have to sleep on this bed anymore, I don't have to do this, I don't have to eat this shit, I can't wait to eat my mama's cooking? Like, what was going through your mind?
Just was, it was just like, damn, I'm really about to come home, like.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like, went in 17, I'm 23 now, I'm saying, like.
So what year was this that you were?
This 2018, it's 2018.
Okay.
So
you went in 2012?
12, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you did 6 years?
Out of 7, you do 6.
Okay. So, wait, so you did 2.5 in Rikers?
Then I finished my sentence upstate.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So,
to now coming home, you excited. What was the first meal that you wanted? Well, okay, what was the last jail meal? And then we're going to look at the first meal.
I don't even remember because my last 30 days, like, I was on some super healthy shit. Like, I'm only eating green tea. I'm only drinking green tea, eating oatmeal, and eating fruit. Uh-huh. So, my last meal was probably some chicken, mac and cheese, probably some bread.
Was it good?
Yeah, niggas
the
get
jail
busy.
Food is good?
Nah, we make our own food. So, we go to commissary so we could get banquet chicken. We get mac and cheese.
So, you don't get on the tray, like, with a tray and go on a food line?
I mean, yeah, sometimes.
As if you don't got no money.
I mean, not if you got no money, but it's certain things in the mess hall I go get, like the coffee cake on Tuesday morning. Like, I'm going to get that. Like, that's, I'm saying I'm going to get the coffee cake, or Friday night they may have a chicken patty, shit like that. But for the most part.
So they got good food?
No, they don't have good food.
Oh, okay.
No, the
decent.
food is 3 meals.
Yeah.
Breakfast, you get hot cereal, warm cereal, cold cereal, whatever. Lunch, you probably get some bullshit. Dinner, you probably get the most heaviest meal you probably eat if you don't have nothing in your locker, if you don't have no food, no support. So
what was your first meal? Like, when you first came home, did you run outside? I don't know if you seen in movies we were like running outside and excited and just like, what was that like for you?
So I got released. My right hand man Olin and my girlfriend Kiara came to get me.
That's what's up.
So I
This was the same girlfriend the whole time?
Yeah.
Wow, so she really held you down.
Yeah, for sure.
You got a good one.
For sure. So
shouts out to her.
Shout out to her. I say it all the time.
That's what's up.
I say it all the time.
So,
you got a good girl.
So they released me. I walk out. My man Smooth got released before me. So by the time I get to the parking lot, I hear him and his people wailing. Yeah. So when you sign in your paper, they'll let you know whether or not you got people in the parking lot waiting all that till you take the bus pass.
Yeah.
I just was bombing my right-hand man like, yo, boy, it's 10 o'clock. I'm supposed to get released at 12. You ain't leave the hood yet. I'm flipping on him. He like, yo, bro, I'm going to be there, my nigga. Shut up. Like, relax.
Yeah.
So I get to the thing, I sign a paper, so when I walk out, I hear Smooth and his people waiting. So they put me on like you got people with family in the parking lot waiting. So I bend the corner. So as soon as I bend the corner, my man, he recording. My shorty, my girlfriend, she comes, she runs, she jump on me, kiss, hug, whatever, boom. Celebrated with her, spun her around, sat her down. My right-hand man gave me 5, we hugged. And I changed right there. I took off the state shirt, the white shirt, the tan jacket, pants, sneakers.
What was your outfit like? Your new fit?
Nah, I kept it real Brooklyn. I had a navy.
Did you have Timbs?
I had the fresh butters, the fresh yellow butters, and I had a navy blue.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I had a navy blue
Please
polo
don't tell
sweatsuit.
me you had a Yankee fitted, because I was about to say that's really.
Nah,
really
I didn't
extra.
do the Yankee. I didn't have the Yankee, but I definitely had some yellow Timbs on the butters.
You had the fresh butters, okay.
Navy blue polo sweatsuit.
I hear you. So you got right when you came home.
Yeah, you know.
So what was your first meal like?
I went and got McDonald's.
Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding
I went
me?
and got McDonald's.
Oh my
I went and got
God.
McDonald's. Yes,
That's
I went and got
really some New
McDonald's.
York
That's
shit.
probably what he wanted. He was probably like,
It wasn't even. It was more so like that's right there.
You like
and
some fresh fries though.
I'm here. Yeah, I got that Big Mac, fries, soda. It was cool.
It tastes like everything, I bet.
Everything.
Oh
And
my God.
then that was it. We made our way to Brooklyn, probably an hour.
You should. Man, listen, I would be fucking feasting, all right? I would order every fucking thing under the sun.
Nah, I was.
But,
Just,
like,
I
He was
was
just
I was
too
excited.
happy,
Like I was
like-
calling everybody. I FaceTime my mom was the first person I FaceTime, and I never been on Face. I don't even think FaceTime was really a thing when I was locked up.
nah. It
So when I
It
came
just-
home,
I think it came out maybe 13 or something.
yeah.
so when I came home, and they got a picture of me sitting on my man's trunk, and I'm FaceTiming my moms, and she like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see you. Boom, boom, boom.
Was she still in New York at the time?
Yeah, she was still in New
Okay.
York.
Yeah.
So then I jumped in the car. We driving. As soon as we touched the Brooklyn, you know, I'm calling all the homies, yo, boys, I'm talking my shit, you know. Got downtown. It was right here. It was on Atlantic and Tillery somewhere over there. And they got a video of me just sitting there taking it in. It was nice, crisp New York air, January. And
It was cold.
yeah, it felt good though, the beat. It just felt,
Yeah.
I just was taking it all in.
So when you came home, what was so different for you? Because technology changed a bunch of things. Anything like, oh shit, I gotta learn
He used
this.
to always fucking ask me about fashion all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Because
what's-
everything changed.
He used to always ask me like, "What's in? What's in? Tell me what's in. Tell me what's not
Oh my
in. Tell me
God.
what's. Tell me if you watch this." Like, cause he would watch certain things and we would talk about certain things, but it was so weird to have to explain to him like what clothes was in, what was not.
Yeah, because a
being
lot of
worn,
brands
or-
went out during that time.
Yeah, we would just ask him about mad stuff, and then he would tell me about stuff that he would hear that other people would talk about, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck do you
Especially
think you
for,
are?
for men's fashion changed a lot.
Yeah.
The denim, all the different jean companies changed everything. So
Yeah.
wow, okay. Wow, Chris. That was you had a very interesting experience. So now what do you got going on now, and what are you doing, and how have you changed your life? And
right now I'm working, of course. But me and my best friend, me and him, we starting a food truck. So we starting that. We got the
what kind of food?
basically it's gonna be chicken, meat, fish. Chicken, basically red meat, fish, vegan option, and it's gonna be a lot of finger food, sliders.
Like barbecue food, or
Nah, like we're gonna have garlic knot sliders, salmon burgers,
that's what's up.
sweet
He can
potato
really cook,
fries.
too.
Like you
Okay.
just
I'll support the truck.
He can really cook.
it's a lot. It's we got a lot going on. I'm doing that. I'm about to go back to school. I want to get into communication. Learn how to better speak and articulate myself. I wanna get into speaking to the youth. You know what I'm saying? That's
Definitely.
something that I want to do. So I want to learn how to better speak and just pronunciate and just be able to, I want to get into that field and just that realm and just talking to the youth. Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's what I really got going on. I mean, besides that,
So how are you adjusting day to day, and any positive reinforcements or anything like that you have? Do you have a routine, and how do you keep your head clear? And do you also? I also wanted to know do you suffer any PTSD? Sometimes people also do that.
I mean, my routine is I work. I try to keep myself busy. Always try to make my time productive because, like, what keep me going is I always think about, like, some of my mans, my friends, like, niggas that I left, you know what I'm saying, up north that these niggas ain't never come home, you know what I'm saying, or they got to do 10, 15, 20 years before they come home. So I just try to keep that in my mind. Like, I got a second chance to really, you know what I'm saying, do something, be somebody, leave a legacy, like, really, really do something with myself. So that's what be keeping me pushing, like, all the time, like, especially when they call, like, yo, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? They want to hear what I did today, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I try to, you know, just be positive, honestly. Just stay as positive as I can.
That is really good. That's really great. Like, I just met you, but I'm really proud of you.
But it's so weird to come so far with Chris. Yeah. And just see his progress as a man, as a young man, into like an adult. It's the maturity, like the things that we have conversations about. We used to have the stupidest conversations on Uvu. Like, we used to have like the stupidest conversation.
Oh my God, Dany, you took it real way back.
Yo, for real, because that
like, was the first FaceTime type of situation.
Because a lot of people don't understand, like, just because you don't see people together or hear them talk about the things that they talk about all the time doesn't mean that they're not building friendships or they're not building a relationship or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, just seeing his evolution as a black man, I'm extremely proud of him because I know that he could be doing something else, but he decided to be a different person, to do something different with his life and go a different place.
And I think that's the outlook that a lot of people hope for individuals that go through that experience. So I'm really, really happy that and really thankful for you coming on and telling us your experience and sharing that, because I think there's a lot of people who went through that and is still going through that, and just to know that there's things that they can do coming out and have a different outlook on life, and they can definitely change their life. I definitely want to transition to our Nas B section.
So I didn't really get the chance to introduce what Nas B was, but Nas B is basically like a section where it's like something that happened this week that you was
some fuck shit,
like something that you was not feeling, where you like, nah, like, so that's why we call it our Nas B section, because it's like the nah for the week, like, what the fuck.
So Dany, do you want to lead the conversation with that? You want to start with your Nas B?
Okay. My Nas B for the day, or not even for the day, for the week, is basically the guy from Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my God. I know Isaiah Washington, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Is he related to Denzel Washington at all?
No, and I'm thankful. No, he's a fucking dickhead, a Trump supporter.
Yeah, he comes out and he says that he's a Trump supporter, but in my mind, it's like, how are you fucking comfortable with that? Like, how are you comfortable being an African American man supporting someone who doesn't support your race or your struggle or anything? Like, what were you thinking? Like, that also goes into people who like support brands and companies that don't support us. Like, if my friends want to support those brands, that's on you, but I'm still judging you, but you'll still be my friend.
So that means Dany is definitely judging me because I asked her if she wants to go Chick-fil-A.
Yep. I'm judging you, but I still love you. And if you want to go to Chick-fil-A, you can surely go there.
Sorry,
I just won't be with
spicy deluxe is lit.
Yo, that shit is mad good. It's wild good, but I'm not.
I 100% respect that.
What's your Nas B for the week?
So my Nas B for the week is this. What I was in between two of them, but I'm gonna go with this. So 50 Cent has been posting that Chris Brown is a better entertainer than Michael Jackson. I am a huge Michael Jackson fan, have always been a huge Michael Jackson fan. And just even from his upbringing and everything like that, I really appreciate who he was as a man. I find it to be utterly disrespectful to speak negatively on the dead. I say that because I also saw a story where now this girl is trying to come for Nipsey Hussle's money for Hustle and Motivate. She said she was a co-writer. You wait till this man is dead. Now the disrespect I have is I hate that shit. And I'm like, 50 Cent, like, let me tell you something. There would be no Chris Brown if there was no Michael Jackson. And you kind of, and it's not like Michael died as a nobody. He is an icon. He was a legend.
I'm not even gonna lie, he's a legend.
He is a legend.
He's
an
legendary.
icon. Not only that, I also hate when people misspeak and speak ill of other people without having facts. So when he's sitting here joking about, oh, Michael played with little boys' booty holes and things like that. Now, when that documentary dropped this year, this is what bugged me. After the documentary dropped, they came out that those boys were lying. Also, in the past,
they came out and said they were lying.
They were lying. There was court documents that say they're lying. So it pisses me off
when I keep seeing this lie thing.
That I saw 50 Cent saying, and plus I don't fuck with Michael because he plays with little boys' booty holes. Now it makes me I'm just like, okay, it's proven. Even after they had the documentary, they couldn't, they coerced their statements. The whole fucking thing was bullshit. So I'm just like,
thanks, Oprah. We really appreciate
and Oprah's
you.
on some fuck shit because she actually
appreciate you from the bottom of my fucking heart.
That interview that she did with Michael was the most in-depth and personal interview Michael had even
ever done.
Yeah, so I'm just like, for you to even go against the grain on doing some bullshit and they was lying and it came out. And the thing is, like, they got the money, came out for the documentary, and then now they're willing to say they're lying. Yeah. So with 50 Cent just wilding, and I'm just like, yo, bro, like, you're 40 something, like, you need to chill the fuck out. Like, pack that shit up. It's super whack, okay? Like, I mean, and not for nothing, 50 Cent's always been one of my favorite rappers. He made my top 5. I just fucking get mad at the immaturity because I think that he's ruining his legacy. 50 Cent's ruining his legacy by, the trolling that he's doing. Right. And so that's my Nas B. Fuck that. Go ahead.
What's your Nas B, Chris?
My Nas B for this week. I honestly had a decent week. I can't.
I didn't expect that, but shit.
That was a good one, right there.
Did someone fuck up your food order or something? Okay, don't leave me and Dany hanging like that.
Nah, B,
you know what your Nah B could be? Is your struggle getting here. Like,
listen, clearly that wasn't a negative experience for him because he's like,
matter of fact, I was it was a Nah B when I was texting Daniela, calling her, and I'm not getting no response, and I'm like, yo, I'm lost.
Dany, I hate when you do that shit.
I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I'm like, yo, where am I? Like, where? I'm texting. I'm like, nah, B, like, I ain't just come up to the city for no reason, like, but it worked out. But
yeah, I'm sorry, because sometimes, when we're recording, we can't really have our phones. So it's not on purpose. This is the second. That happened to me twice because I'll be, like, in the episode, and then I'll be like, fuck.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be calling me. And I'd go and I'd scramble for my phone. I'm like, okay. What do you call it? Damage control.
Yes.
But I want to do the thank you this week.
Go ahead.
I would really like to thank my best friend for making it up here and just, really sharing his story because we went through this and it was really, really hard for us. And he made it and he really became, like, he's doing something with his life. Like, so he's showing y'all, like, that it doesn't have to just be a jail mentality. You don't have to just get into something and then stop living life because, again, like he said, there's life after jail. Like, there's life after incarceration. There's life after felonies. There's life after all that. Even though they try to make it seem like we can't go on, we could fucking move and we could shake some shit.
Yes.
If we really are, I guess, I don't even know the word that I could use. Like, if we're really, like, working hard at what we want to do.
So, definitely piggyback off of what Dany said. And I, again, thank you. So much gratitude and just thank you for coming on and sharing your story. I think it's definitely going to touch a lot of people who listen to us. So I definitely appreciate, having your voice on this week and hearing, what your experiences were. So guys, can you please follow us on IG at The Loud Ones Podcast. Twitter, we are Loud Ones Podcast. Our YouTube is The Loud Ones Podcast channel. And you can follow me on IG at always_Nas. And Dany, what's yours?
At Dany Bonaduce. I'll spell it. DanyBonaduce. That is the last time I will spell it for you guys.
And as every episode I say, if you find her on IG, you know it's the right one if it says hot and ready. So, Chris, do you have anything you want to plug? I know you mentioned that you're gonna have a food truck, but anything that you want to plug, your socials, anything?
Just thank you guys for having me for one. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I appreciate I mean, anybody who listening, just take from this that, you know what I'm saying, prison is it's just like any minor setback, any setback that happens, you know what I'm saying? Just be willing to accept the change and go forward, and just I start every day with the end in mind. So, you know what I'm saying, I just always keep that in the back of my mind. Like, I always think of the end in mind. Start with the end and finish, and you'll be all right. But food truck,
you got a name already?
Kitchen, boss. I don't really got a name, but just be on the lookout.
Okay. Well,
don't worry, I'm gonna plug it.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in on another episode of the Loud Ones podcast, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye, guys.